last day of the week for the incredible weather we're going to have.
Don't say it.
We got some rain moving in, but by the time we get to Saturday night,
hopefully Saturday day
and Saturday night, we're going to be just fine. Lynn Penny, Tryon International. Good morning.
Good morning.
Nice to have you back here as always on a Wednesday morning.
I mean, and it's gorgeous out. That's for sure. Beautiful.
Man, has it been nice
in the mountains?
Has it been lovely or what?
And I zipped up here. 26 was perfectly agreeable. How lovely is that?
Couldn't believe how I saw your car pulling up. I thought, well, 26 must be nice and clear this morning.
Yes, you know me well.
Hey, we've got a special guest this morning. Would you please introduce the special guest who's joining us via Zoom this morning?
Yes, and I'm so excited. So, as you know, we this weekend have a really cool event on our property, literally eventing, which is a series that we do throughout the year. We've got 3 pretty high-level, high-tier, high-profile eventing shows. And this weekend is called The Fork. It has North Carolina history.
Yeah.
And our eventing series is sponsored by a company called Yanmar. Mm-hmm. So one of our really kind of prolific athletes and riders that is often seen on the Tryon property.
Yeah.
He is a frequenter to our high-level events. We'll be here this weekend, riding this weekend. He is also actually sponsored by Yanmar. And he is available this morning to chime in, and I was just so grateful. He said absolutely he'd share a few words. So I want to introduce Mr. Doug Payne, who is an Olympic rider. He rode in Tokyo. He's ridden all over the world in eventing, plus many, multidisciplinary equestrian, and really in a very elite tier of equestrian athletes. But Doug will be here this weekend, and not only just to talk a little bit about the sport of eventing, but also what that experience is like at Tryon. So I just thought it would be fun for people to hear a little bit about that.
And we've got Doug right here. Doug Payne, welcome. Thank you for joining us this morning.
How's it going? Yeah, I've got a little gripe here, though, the weather situation. I'm coming in on Thursday. We just in on Friday, Saturday, and it looks like you're bringing rain for me this week.
Well, there's no better place to be in it, I will tell you that,
right.
than at Tryon International.
We live just north of Durham, and beautiful day here as well, but yeah. I'm packing my rain stuff as well.
Pack your rain stuff.
So, are you born and bred North Carolinian, or did we have to drag you here?
No, we're effectively glorified carnies, right? We travel the world, and we're probably on the road 40 some odd weeks. We're probably at Tryon maybe 12 weeks a year.
Wow!
And I originally was born out up in Jersey. My parents lived about an hour west of New York, half hour from Pennsy, and yes, it's where you're born, but we've been down here, my wife and I, since I think we bought the property here in 2014. My wife, Jess, also ridden through 5-star. She's,
wow.
Yeah, she was born in Nashville. We've lived kind of everywhere, really.
Well, we got you here as soon as we could get you. Doug,
yeah, exactly.
Doug, let me ask you, what got you, you were at the heights of this sport. What ultimately got you into this?
Yeah, that's quite a long story, I think, as it is with most, but born and bred into it, really. My mom actually judged at the Rio and Hong Kong Olympic Games for the same discipline. And it's kind of one of those things. My sister and I growing up, it kind of was in the backyard, and that's what everybody did. But honestly, had no intention of doing it as a profession. I have a degree in mechanical engineering, and honestly, one thing leads to another, and opportunity presents itself, and haven't looked back.
Well, one of the things Lynn and I talk about each Wednesday when we are here is all of the wonderful things that happen at Tryon International. But when it comes to the sport of horse riding, whatever we call that in those events, when we see world-class athletes right here in Tryon, and Doug, you are one of those. We've seen you in the Olympics, and we can see you right here in Tryon. Like you said, 12 weeks of the year?
That Tryon facility is really unparalleled. I mean, there's probably, a handful of facilities that could kind of make a run at it throughout the world. And very, very lucky to have it here in North Carolina. And frankly, that was part of the reasons that we decided to sort of anchor our home base in this region, is having that having that ability, right?
That's how we got you here.
Yeah, exactly.
We
were there for the very, very first competition, sort of pre-open. I don't know what to even call it. I think 1 or 2 of the barns are up and running, and it's just a wonderful place for the horses, spectators. We have a boatload of people that end up come along with people that own horses with us, friends, everybody. It's super convenient, efficient place to show. It's wonderful.
Chiming in that Doug has a thriving training business in North Carolina, and also is quite the family man and has 2 precious.
Well, I tell you, that's actually probably the most fun thing. My kids are 4 and 6 now, and every time, when is it Saturday night? Could we hop on the carousel? They just love the Saturday Night Lights festivities.
Of course,
that is a complete staple that they will not miss Saturday Night Lights at any way, shape, or form, and open to everybody. So certainly stop on down to see it.
So one of the things I love about what Tryon International brings to us is that it brings the sport to every man. It brings it to we all get an opportunity to see it. Whether we think we're into horse riding or not, you show up at a Saturday Night Lights and suddenly you find yourself enthralled in the horse competition that you're about to see. Doug Payne, can you please tell us what we're going to witness this weekend at Tryon International?
Yes, this weekend, there are 3 primary Olympic disciplines of equestrian sport: dressage, show jumping, and eventing. This is eventing, so it's effectively the triathlon of the equestrian world. Each horse, same horse, does all 3 disciplines. They actually start with their dressage. You get a score from there, and your goal is to not add any more penalty points on top of that, and lowest score at the end of the competition wins. But we have up through 4-star, which is an Olympic qualifier, actually. And, you'll see riders that have been everywhere, and you'll see some, younger riders on more experienced horses, and some experienced riders and younger horses that are looking to develop. So they might be at all sort of spots along that progression, but it's an elite group that's going to be there. And the most sort of special part about the eventing will happen on Saturday. And actually, you're going out in the what was the old golf course there, and galloping across the countryside, and jumping big old solid jumps, ditches, banks, into water, all sorts of stuff that you really seldom get to see. And open to spectators, you can walk on it, get right up next to it, and see these horses in action.
Doug, let me ask you this. We're speaking with Doug Payne, Olympian rider, trainer. Someone like me, I've ridden a horse maybe a couple of times.
Hold on, did you get bucked off?
Well, I got bucked off a Shetland pony once. We don't want to talk about that. but let me ask you this: someone like me who really doesn't know what I'm looking and I see the beauty of the horse. I see the beauty of that animal and what it does. Can you just talk to us a little bit about how much of what happens in a race like this or tournaments like this? How much is it on the horse and how much is it on the rider? Understand what I'm asking?
Yeah, at the very top, you're going to see it. It's talking a top tier level. In some ways, it's analogous to racing. You couldn't put Max Verstappen in a Honda Civic and stick him out with an F1 race and have him win, right? So,
good analogy.
At the very, very top end, I would say it's still probably 75% horse and 25% rider. The key there that's really unseen is that, like the horse, the main one that I'm riding in the 4-star this week, I've had him since he was the weanling, so he's 11 this year. So we've had him for 10 years and worked with him. We usually start them when they're sort of right around 4. So you have 6 years of day-to-day time interaction and training.
Yeah.
That the partnership is what really brings you through when stuff starts to go a little sideways.
Sure.
You may see some people, buying horses off, one or the other, but that partnership in the end is what will get you through the thick and thin.
Sure, that relationship between the rider and the horse. That's beautiful. Thank you for explaining it to us that way.
Yeah, no worries.
That's, perfect wording on all of that.
Sure. Lynn, we want to talk about sponsorship. We want to talk about the sponsor for this weekend.
Yeah, well, we're just really, really grateful to the company Yanmar for embracing this whole series at Tryon. And if you come down to Tryon at any time, really during the year, you'll see a lot of Yanmars on our property, which is wonderful. We've got some fabulous UTVs, golf carts, and, Yanmar also does tractors and all sorts of the equipment. And you can find them right here at 4x4 Country in Hendersonville.
Oh, fantastic.
So very local opportunity to go check them out. And they're, just a great partner of ours, like we talk about.
Sure.
I'm so lucky and fortunate to work with tremendous partners, both on the very local scale to the international scale.
Good. So Doug has told us a little bit about what we're going to see competition-wise. Lynn, can you explain what we as audience members, what are we going to experience? What happens with this weekend? What do we do? How do we experience this?
Yeah, and Doug, touched on this, is that it's kind of the triathlon. So you get to experience the 3 phases. You'll have an opportunity to see the dressage, which is beautiful for layman's terms, like horse dancing,
right,
as we look at it. It's beautiful. It's very refined and very detailed and very, complex, really. Yeah. And then you go into the world of cross country, which is very exciting. It is like kind of heart throbbing.
Sure.
Because they are flying through water. They are taking these permanent fences as jumps. It can get a little like, you just want to hold your breath as they get through this. It's pretty thrilling. It's hardcore. Like, these athletes are hardcore.
Yeah.
And they are driven. The horses are powerful. It's really a thrilling thing to watch.
Okay.
Very different than the show jumping. So it culminates with show jumping in our stadium. And of course, as you've experienced, there's nothing like watching that.
Incredible.
In person.
So we, as an audience, we have an opportunity to see all of this?
Yes. So anybody that comes on Saturday, we've got transportation that takes you down to the cross-country field.
Oh, fantastic.
You just come, you park, you hop on a little tram, or you hop on one of our Yanmar golf carts and just zip on down to the field. And that's happening all day long. The cool thing, like Doug said, is that you can really be like literally right there.
Yeah.
There's guides that will, tell you, okay, you can stand here at this time, or you can stand by this, this viewing area. And it's very directed. So it's, it's pretty easy once you get down there. But it's really exciting, and there's nothing like it.
Sure.
And the place is rain or shine. I mean, it is stunning.
Yeah.
And it's on a repurposed Arnold Palmer golf course. So it's kind of spectacular.
Right. Sure.
Literally.
Sure. And ticket prices, how does that work?
Oh, it's free. 100% free. So just come down and experience
pay for parking?
It. Yep. No. During the day, you do not have to pay for parking. So, there's no paid parking.
You got all those restaurants. You got all that.
Exactly. So make a day of it. Come down. I mean, bring your rain gear just in case. Hopefully, it's kind of 50-50 on Saturday during the day. But these guys, these adventurers, they're used to it. They're used to being out in the elements.
So you're telling me?
Yes, I am telling you.
I can go down to Tryon this coming Saturday, and I can watch people like Doug Payne.
Exactly. I mean, world renowned in the sport of equestrian disciplines. So,
incredible.
And Doug is one of several that will be there this weekend. And we just are so lucky and grateful to really feel like he's one of ours. We love you, Doug, and we love your family.
I appreciate it. It's a second home for us for sure.
Well, Doug, thank you so much. Thank you so much for taking some time and letting our listeners get to know you, Doug, because we're going to come see you
no
this
worries.
weekend.
And we'll be cruising in on Thursday.
All right.
And then when will we see you again past the 4th?
Then we're back for all the FEI jumping series. So we're there for 3 weeks in October.
So if anybody misses out on this weekend, if you're traveling or just not able, then come back to a Saturday Night Lights and watch Doug in the Ring.
Hey, Doug, could we connect with you again sometime like this?
Absolutely. Yeah, anytime.
All right, fantastic. We will do that. Doug, thank you so much.
No worries. Talk soon.
All right, get back to your horses and get back to those kids.
Will do.
All right. Thank you so much, Lynn. Thanks for connecting us with Doug. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
it was great to sort of just kind of talk to him and get his his take on how all that works.
Yeah, it's fascinating, and and he's just so personable and wonderful. I mean, if you saw him in person, you can ask him anything.
Sure. Much like we just did. So this is all Saturday.
It starts Friday, so Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Oh, fantastic! It's a full weekend.
On the cross country field, heavy Saturday. Saturday's the peak day,
and that's something that we really want to see.
It's really unique.
Okay.
I'm telling you, for people who have come and experienced a Saturday Night Lights, this is just a really different thing. We have there's kind of what would you call it? I don't know, a hospitality sort of platform in the middle of the cross-country field where we will have hospitality there. So you can grab lunch, you can grab coffee, and you can just be out there outside. It's very... I didn't grow up with this in California. I did not grow up experiencing eventing in the world of the cross-country multidisciplinary sport, and it's a very, very cool kind of experience.
Well, how lucky are we that we have Tryon right here? And Doug just said, that's one of the reasons why they relocated to North Carolina, because of Tryon right here.
Right here, 2014. When we opened, he and his family, headed this way.
Yeah. Goodness gracious. Yeah. And that's what you can see at anytime, but specifically this weekend.
And now, literally, honestly, a thriving business that he has that brings in people from all over the world. So that's just one of the many economic development aspects of Tryon International.
Exactly.
How we've affected the state of North Carolina.
All over. Yeah. Fantastic. All right. So that's something we can experience. A once-in-a-lifetime thing we can experience it at Tryon this weekend.
You come down, you hop in a Yanmar, and you go straight down to the field.
And I think I heard you say it doesn't cost you. You get that Saturday during the day. It doesn't cost you a thing.
It doesn't cost you a thing.
Just park and go enjoy.
Yep.
And visit the restaurants, visit the shops, and make a great day of it, or make a full weekend of it.
Right.
All right. Fantastic. Lynn, as always, thank you. Thank you for introducing us to Doug. That was really awesome.
Yay. Well, thank you. Thank you, Doug.
Tryon, you can find out all of that info by going to tryon.com. What's next? When's the rodeo?
Rodeo, first weekend of October. Tickets on sale. Get online, grab your tickets. And, of course, September 21st, we start our first Saturday Night Lights.
We'll be talking about that very soon.
The Coca-Cola Fall Series.
All of this information, tryon.com. Once more, a big thanks to our sponsors for this weekend's big show is...
Yanmar of America.
Fantastic. Thank you, Lynn.
Thank you.
Tryon.com.